Mr. McGregor, you're a rapist. What do you think?
December 9th, 2018, a cold night in Dublin. Inside the luxurious penthouse suite of the Beacon Hotel, a celebration spirals into chaos. Conor McGregor, the man revered as Ireland's greatest fighter, stands accused of a brutal assault that would leave his reputation scarred forever. The drinks flowed, the laughter echoed. But behind closed doors, what really happened? A woman emerged hours later, bruised, shaken, and claiming she had been pinned down, locked in submission holds, and assaulted by McGregor himself, a night she described as terrifying and violent. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the biggest sports stories making headlines. Today, we're not just talking about an MMA champion or a celebrity entrepreneur. We're discussing Conor McGregor, a man whose name now sparks as much controversy as admiration. It all began earlier that evening. Conor McGregor was attending a Christmas party with friends and acquaintances. Among the guests was Nikita Hand, a hairdresser from Dublin. They had known each other socially, exchanged messages on social media, and were part of overlapping social circles. As the night progressed, the group's festivities moved to the penthouse suite at the Beacon Hotel. Witnesses described an atmosphere of carefree drinking and revelry. But according to Nikita's testimony, things quickly turned dark. Nikita alleged that McGregor invited her into a bedroom, where he began to make advances. She declined, but what happened next would become the focal point of the trial. Nikita claimed McGregor used his physical dominance to pin her down, locking her in submission holds and leaving her terrified and unable to resist. She described being thrown onto the bed, bruised on her wrists and arms, and scratched across her chest. At one point, McGregor reportedly mocked her, saying, "Now you know what it's like to be in the octagon when I went down 3 times." The assault, she claimed, left her both physically and emotionally devastated. After escaping the hotel, Nikita sought help, visiting her mother and later going to the hospital. Bruises and scratches supported her claims, leading to a report to the police and years of legal wrangling that culminated in the civil court's ruling against McGregor. But McGregor's side tells a completely different story. His legal team argued that the interaction was entirely consensual and dismissed Nikita's allegations as calculated fabrications aimed at extorting a high-profile celebrity. They claimed that her actions were motivated by financial gain, leveraging McGregor's fame and influence to bolster her case. This isn't the first time a sports icon has been caught in such a storm. Remember Mike Tyson? In 1992, he was convicted of raping Desiree Washington, a case that shocked the world and landed him in prison for 3 years. Tyson's fall from grace was monumental, but it's also a story of redemption, a journey we explored in depth in one of my recent documentaries on his life. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend checking it out. It's a tale of triumph, tragedy, and an eventual comeback that will leave you in awe. Back to McGregor's trial. Throughout the trial, McGregor remained composed, flanked by his family, as his defense team worked to discredit Nikita's account. They pointed out inconsistencies in her testimony and argued that the lack of definitive evidence left room for reasonable doubt. The courtroom became a battleground of narratives, with both sides fiercely contesting the truth. After weeks of testimonies and deliberations, the jury sided with Nikita Hand. McGregor was found liable and ordered to pay €250,000 in damages. While this was a civil case, not criminal, the verdict sent shockwaves across the globe. Outside the courtroom, Nikita spoke emotionally, dedicating the win to her daughter, who she said inspired her to seek justice.
"I want to show Freya and every other girl and boy that you can stand up for yourself if something happens to you, no matter who the person is, and justice will be served. victims of sexual assault, I hope my story is a reminder that no matter how afraid you might be, speak up, you have a voice, and keep on fighting for justice. I know this has impacted not only my life, my daughters, my family and friends tremendously. I'll never forget for the rest of my life, but now that justice has been served, I can now try and move on and look forward to the future with my family and friends and daughter.
McGregor, on the other hand, was quick to respond. He took to social media to express disappointment, calling the ruling unfair and vowing to appeal. "This was a case of biased judgment, and I'll prove my innocence," he wrote. For McGregor, this verdict could tarnish his legacy forever. Once celebrated as an Irish icon, will he now be remembered for the controversies overshadowing his triumphs in the octagon? Nikita Hand, meanwhile, has become a voice for survivors of assault, saying, "No matter who the person is, justice will be served."
No more shaming, we reject her. We don't care about your fame when you lie and victim blame. Survivors, we reject your victim blaming. Stand up, fight back.
Was this justice or an incomplete narrative? Some argue that McGregor, despite his wealth and influence, faced accountability, a rare outcome in cases involving celebrities. Others feel this verdict was rushed, marred by public opinion rather than hard facts. What's undeniable is the larger question: does fame protect or punish? McGregor's case highlights a troubling intersection of power and vulnerability, where survivors often battle not just their assailants, but also societal disbelief. This isn't just about one man or one incident. It's about what we tolerate as a society. Do you believe justice was served, or was this a case of a flawed system failing a public figure? Comment below with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more sports-related stories that dig deeper into the truth.